Imagine a world where everybody is connected. Imagine a world where somebody in Japan can do a transaction with somebody in the United States without high banking fees. Imagine a world no longer ruled by greedy corporate banks. There's going to come a time when we think of central banks in the same way we think about calling an operator to talk to a friend on the phone. This weird, annoying entity that came between us and the things we actually wanted. You aren't going to drown in fees anymore. You aren't going to borrow money from a bank. You aren't going to fight a half a dozen middlemen. It'll just be you and your money anywhere on earth. And once this happens, cryptocurrency could very well make the US dollar obsolete. Once people understand how easy this is and get used to it, the demand for legacy money controlled by a government and bank is going to plummet like a rock. Welcome to the world of cryptocurrency.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type your name in the chat box where you're listening in from. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion for educational and entertainment purposes only, and it is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. Now, this is Saturday, which means that our crypto talk is open to everybody. We're streaming on all the Facebook groups, we're streaming on Twitter and YouTube. So those of you that are seeing this, we normally do this every Monday through Thursday, but it's just for our paid inner circle members of Ivy League Crypto Academy. The information that you get is priceless. It is priceless. So after you see a little bit of a sneak preview of what we do, and you want to be involved in our future crypto talks on almost a daily basis. I do them every day except Friday and Sunday. Those are my days off. But if you ever want to be a part of this, then you can register at ilcasecrets.com. That is ilcasecrets.com. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen to go ahead and register. This is priceless stuff that you do not want to miss. So let's see. Who do we have? I got to go by here. We've got Joyce Easley from South Carolina, Van Hairston from New Jersey, Perlis Lofties, Corpus Christi, Texas, Demetrius Turner from Texas, Facebook user, good morning, Lisa Ragsdale from Maryland, Janelle Appling from Colorado, Yashika Anderson from Georgia, Facebook user, good morning, Critical Thinker from YouTube. Good morning. You're in LA too. What part of LA you're from? Janelle, Colorado. Fallon from Netherlands, Texas. Kim from Houston. Good morning from Fresno, California. Facebook user. D. Caldwell, New Jersey. Dion. And Facebook user. Good morning from sunny Michigan. Deborah Van Burt from Pennsylvania. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good week. Here in California, in LA area, it is scorching hot. It's been, yesterday I think it hit 103. I think today is going to be 106 or something like that. So stay cool out there, stay safe. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's take a look at what's going on in the crypto world, the crypto charts. Somebody share screen. Oh yeah, we were looking up Theta on Thursday, the last crypto talk. And since this is our Saturday, we look week to week on what's going on, not day to day, because the last time we met in the public was a week ago. So I'll be looking at these charts based on a week to week basis. All right. Crypto market cap is down 2.5%. at $1 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is at 37.3%. Ethereum is at 18.4%. Bitcoin's at $19,825. That is down 2.7% on 24 hours, but also down 2.1% on the week. Ethereum, though, even though it's down 5.6% in the last day, it is up 2.7% on the week. Now, this is interesting. It is rare you see this happen. Normally, they move and coincide with each other, but this is an opposite. We would call this a 4 point conversion. Tether, say BNB, Binance, or a 4 point swing, in other words. Cardano, though, also, where you see all this red, Cardano was up 10.6%. I wonder if Ethereum, this has to do with the upcoming merge that's coming up. And I'm going to give you guys a suggestion about this upcoming merge. We covered this earlier this week, that Ethereum is moving to proof of stake and upgrade, but we don't know how that's actually going to affect the market until it actually happens. So to be on the safe side, I would strongly suggest that you take your Ethereum off of exchanges, put it in your private wallets. Wallets meaning that you control the private key to. I would not do any Ethereum trading or any trading of tokens on the Ethereum network the day of the merge. I forgot exactly what day that's happening. Sometime I think September. I wouldn't move, trade. I wouldn't buy Ethereum. I wouldn't sell Ethereum. I wouldn't do anything. Just move it into your wallet before the merge. Again, because we don't know what the results are going to be. And you don't want to have anything that's caught in limbo. And you want to have things in your control. Let's see the best performers over the past week. Celsius Network is up 52.6%. Good morning, Dorothy Mays, Marnita Costa, Kevin Strausser, Dagmar. Good morning, good morning. eCash is up 21%. BitDAO 17.4. DeFi Chain 17.1. Lido DAO 16.1. Filecoin 15.3. Matic 15.1. Litecoin 15.1. Axie Infinity 12.8. Cardano 10. All right, so this is pretty good week for these coins. What about the worst performers? Helium. Helium had a bad week, down 23%. Chain is down 8.7. Airweave 8.7. Avalanche 8.6. AMP 8. Huobi 5.8. Quant 5.3. Ethereum Classic, Neutrino. So it's kind of been a mix. Half of them did well, half of them did not. Bitcoin is in this red area. Solana as well. Now, normally during our Inner Circle Crypto Talks, I would actually show my portfolio and Crypto.com wallet and Trust. I'm going to take a quick glance on my own just real quick on our Crypto.com wallet. This is a wallet that we started from zero. And the goal is to get this wallet to 100,000 and then 1 million live in front of all of you. And we buy and sell tokens and trade tokens directly from here live. And so, yeah, this wallet right now shows most of our holdings in the red, but Cardano and Axie Infinity in the green, and ALI's in the green. Adventure Gold, Filecoin's up 9% in this wallet. Then our Get Rich Quick wallet, which is where, well, I will actually show that because we have been following the launch of a brand new coin this week. In fact, I think a week ago Saturday, we talked about the upcoming launch of the new gen coin that happened on the 31st. So let me pull this up so you guys can see. So, oh yeah, so I will cover a little bit of what were the results of that launch. We'll take a look at the L Bank exchange. Oh, not that one. All right. So we've got, oh, Philcoin went up just barely a little bit. So NewGen launched earlier this week, and I did 2 test runs. You know, they were talking about using L Bank all week. But once a token's on the blockchain, it's on the blockchain. You can do whatever you want at that point. So our community knew that you could use the Trust Wallet. So I moved tokens to my Trust Wallet, and I moved to L Bank. Now, here's what happened. The launch came out the gate 75 cents. Then it went to 83 cents. I'm just going off it was like 1, 2 in the morning, my time, 1 o'clock in the morning, my time. So that's about 4 a.m. or so Eastern time. It went into a 80 something cents, then it went to $1 something. And then for a few seconds, it went to 29.99 for a few seconds. So on paper, and I like doing this because it is a fact. Let me show you guys something here. And also, for those of you who have not done this step, let's dream mode. You guys love dream mode? Let's dream mode. So for, I don't know, however seconds, 30 seconds or a minute or so, the total amount of tokens that I had in claimable balance. I'm going to do 2 dream modes. There's 2 balances here. Total balance is all the tokens you have. Claimable balance are the ones, because we were in the pre-sale, that we're actually able to sell. That's not locked up in the staking program, that we're actually able to sell. So I have moved $3,000 tokens already. So it's 3, 1, 2, 3, 5 plus 3,000, 34. So claimable balance times $29. I was briefly had almost $1 million worth for about 30 seconds. If you look at the whole amount, briefly had $16.5 million worth for about 30 plus seconds. Then it came back down to $1.69, then $1.30 something. And then from there, by the time the NewGen community figured out how to move their tokens on over to L Bank and start to sell, then of course the price comes down. You can't have the price go up unless you have more people that's ready to buy. Well, it just launched, so the open community doesn't know anything about it yet. So all of the uneducated people in NewGen started to sell their tokens. And that was to be expected. I said best case scenario last Saturday was $1.50 to $2 best case scenario. It did hit that mark. Worst case scenario, anywhere between 20 to 40 cents. It did hit that mark. So right now we are sitting at 33 cents. 24-hour high was 39 cents. Sometime yesterday also it got to 47 cents, I think it was. Right now it's at 33 cents. So what is that worth? Well, let's dream mode again. Based on my claimable balance, because I have not sold anything. At 33 cents. It's worth $11,297 claimable balance. the entire balance at 33 cents is at $188,000 at current price. And I do not plan on selling anything yet. I have a goal where the 6% that we have, I was going to sell 3% soon and then the other 3% later. But I'm not selling anything until I see the price get back to the 70 cent, 80 cent range. Then I'll contemplate selling some right now. But it just launched. It's only on one exchange. Those of you who are really educated, like I had a conversation with Mr. Crow last night, and he figured something out, and I figured something out about how long it might take for this price to go up. It has a lot to do with this order book you see right here. And I found a pattern yesterday. Every morning, you're going to see the sale book a little higher. The reason is because every 24 hours, the pre-sale holders are getting access to another 1,000 tokens, and the uneducated are taking it, running straight to the exchange and selling them. So this starts to die off later in the day. The buy wall picks up later in the day. So we've got a buy wall right now sitting at, well, it starts at about 30 cents, 30 and a half cents. The biggest one is at the 29 cent range. The sell wall really hits at around 40 cents. So that is where you see trading is happening anywhere in between there. I can move this to, let's move it to here. Go back even further. See big as that's 44 cents. Let's go back even further. There we got a bigger one there. 7.39K. 813K. We're looking at 50 cents, 51 cents. But then we've got sell walls already set. Now, let me tell you, why would somebody automatically have a sell order in at $3 or $3.30? The reason is because the system could do a flash again. Like it went up to $29 for anybody that had a sell order already set, it would have hit that mark on its way up. So these people that's putting the sell order in this high, they don't actually plan on selling anything, but just in case it spikes up, that's the profit range that they want to have. Just like right here, we've got sell orders that start hitting at a dollar too. $1, $1.50, $2, automatic sell wall. And I've got another strategy right now. I am moving 3% of my tokens to my trust wallet right here where you see the Nugent. I'm moving another 3% into L Bank, and I'm going to put also my own sell order in as well, just in case something happens when I'm not in front of my computer. Why am I splitting it like that? Well, one, I don't plan on selling all 6%. And number two, the liquidity has not actually been added to the blockchain. They did something weird. If you were in my inner circle, talked it earlier this week, and I was trying to figure this out because everything you can see on the blockchain, but I see zero balances. And then if you go to trust and you attempt to sell the Nugent tokens on PancakeSwap, it's the liquidity is not there yet, so it's not showing the price. The only place you see that is the internal trading that's taking place on L Bank, which leads me to a conclusion that Nugent wanted to come out with their own exchange and at a certain time, and that didn't happen. It got delayed. But instead of keeping to delay the launch of the coin, I think the powers that be made a deal with L Bank themselves to have what we would call a I want to call it a virtual launch, but like a preview launch, so that people inside of L Bank could do an internal trade. Thank you, thank you. You have internal trading taking place, but it's not actually blockchain based. I think all of this is on the internal books for L Bank, and L Bank has a big stake in this. I'm not gonna go into any like me and Mr. Crow talked about this last night because we can just look at the number of holders that are out there, the number of trades that's actually taking place, who might be buying, who's selling. So if you have crypto education, you can figure this part out. And since this is a public, I'm not going to go into any more detail on that. I'll go into it with our private inner circle next week on Monday's call. We will share exactly what we kind of found and figured out here. You got to be kidding me. Somebody's got a sell order at, well, it's almost at one, less than one. No. Yeah, that's the majority. We got 10 cents, 20 cents. Yeah, let me do this. Let's go back to at least here. 15. People have buy orders at 15, 16 cents. It's not that thick, but it is. It is a lot. Yeah. They got some. Yeah, they got some good buy orders down here. 33 cents. But yeah, those of you in the inner circle, we're gonna share in detail what we kind of figured out on Monday. It's not information we want to share in the public. Benefit from being in the inner circle. All right, so you can also follow on what link is that? No, that's the blockchain. Some of you guys would have gotten what I was just saying, especially if you're a part of the ILCA community. You understand exactly what I was just talking about right now, but we will cover a little bit more on Monday. I'm going to have Mr. Crow share some things with you guys as well. If you go to coincarp.com, you want to follow the current pricing of the Nugent coin, then you can do that. Coincarp.com. It's kind of like CoinGecko. All right, so that's enough of Nugent. Let's go into some news. One is Ripple. Ripple news. Ripple to participate in the Digital Dollar Project CBDC Sandbox program. And I have been saying it for years for you to get familiar with this term, CBDC. That is going to be the future of finance. In fact, I will be mentioning this tonight on our special Founders Only call. The storm is coming. I'll be mentioning this tonight. CBDC, the Sandbox program. The nonprofit organization promoting the creation of the digital dollar, the Digital Dollar Project, has announced the launch of a sandbox program to kickstart the probe of the technical implementations of the envisaged digital currency. The fintech firm Ripple is among the 4 participants that are expected to help the Digital Dollar Project explore technical and business implementation questions. Now, I've said this before. This is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The decision has already been made. They're just playing it out now. The fact that they're using Ripple, because who is behind the digital dollar? The Federal Reserve. They're the ones that issue, money, cash, the Federal Reserve. But interesting how Ripple is also under investigation with the SEC. So why would the Federal Reserve still want to implement using Ripple as part of this project? Who is really behind Ripple? When Ripple first came on the scene, Ripple was not accepted in the crypto community, or was it looked upon as a crypto coin. They called it the most centralized crypto on the market because there's a company, Ripple, behind it that still has control of like 50% of all the tokens. So it was never really seen as a crypto project, and it was built to be able to handle and facilitate and do business with the current banks all around the world. So the whole crypto anti-banking industry looked at Ripple as a Trojan horse, so to speak, not at one of them. So this is not surprising to me at all. The Digital Dollar Project, a nonprofit organization spearheading discussions around the mooted digital version of the US dollar, recently announced the launch of the Technical Sandbox program to jumpstart further exploration of technical implementations of the central bank digital currency. Now, if you remember, maybe a month ago, I read the Federal Reserve's proposed white paper on their digital dollar. In there, they stated that they are going to be encouraging and funding what they call surveys in the community to find out what type of impact would the CBDC have in different environments. This is one of them. This is a part of that. According to a statement, 4 organizations, namely Ripple, Digital Asset, MTech, and Knox Networks, will be helping the DDP. Now, these are not nonprofit organizations, okay? These are for-profit. For-profit. Now, what did I say? Those of you who attend my 5-day challenge, on day 5, I talk about different ways for you to make money in crypto. And if you want to be a crypto millionaire and billionaire, it's not necessarily that you're building a crypto portfolio. Ultimately, you want to be looking at this space from a technological standpoint, not a financial one. And this is one thing I seem to not be able to get critics of crypto to really get. The critics of crypto keep wanting to focus on Bitcoin, the coins, the money that is not controlled by the governments, but they're failing to put their eye on where the real prize is. And the real prize is the technology that makes it all possible. That technology is what's going to change the world, not Bitcoin. The technology. You know who also figured this out? Somebody named Warren Buffett. You guys know his name? The Oracle of Omaha. He has been completely negative and vocal about it, about Bitcoin. Him and his best buddy, Charlie Munger, 2 multi-billionaires. Called it rat poison squared. I don't invest in things I don't understand. But then he turned around and put a 9-figure investment in fintech and crypto banks. Why? Because he knows this is coming. And he is investing in the technology behind it. Companies like this. So I told you one of my ultimate goals is having a 10 million investment fund, personal investment fund. That's like my slush fund to use to invest in blockchain-based companies that are up and coming, to try to find the next Amazon, the next Facebook, the next Twitter in the blockchain space. Those companies that will survive the crypto storm, which is what I'm going to be talking about tonight. The crypto storm. So the statement added that participants will get an opportunity to scrutinize real-world technology and investigate the likely implications to business strategies as well as operations. Participants will also conduct test runs to determine possible use cases. Explaining her organization's reasons for launching the Sandbox program, Jennifer Lassiter, an executive director with DDP, said, "The launch of our technical Sandbox program marks the next step in our effort to convene the private and public sectors in the exploration of a central bank digital currency in the US. We understand how important it is to include a diverse set of views and expertise as we look to answer key questions about how the technology will work, the problems we hope to solve, and the ultimate business and individual outcomes we want to achieve." This is, this almost word for word out of the Federal Reserve white paper. Lassiter suggested that his organization's partnership with the private sector not only highlights the importance of collaboration, but also helps to lay the foundation for robust pilots that improve the outcomes of usability of CBDCs. Identifying and testing specific CBDC use cases. As per the statement, each cohort will be comprised of two phases: the education phase, so you got to educate the public, the education phase, and then execute it, the pilot phase. The initial stage will be focused on helping DDP partners and participants develop a business and functional understanding of the technology. Let me tell you what China did this 2 years ago. They came out, their federal government said every single government employee and journalists must be educated on blockchain technology, and they put a law, is against the law to speak against blockchain technology, or they call it distributed ledger technology. They are completely against Bitcoin. They're against cryptocurrency, but they're completely for the technology. See, those that don't know the difference between blockchain and Bitcoin don't get this. This is why we cover this in the 5-day challenge. China hates crypto, loves the technology, and they wrote it into law. They are educating their journalists, they're educating their government officials on this. It's mandatory. Next, they're going to make it mandatory for all of their students. They have pilot programs right now in some of their major cities for all of their students. So the up and coming next generation, this is all they're going to know, because China is coming up with their own CBDC as well, and other type of digital currencies to use in coordination with Russia, Iran, North Korea, Afghanistan, Pakistan, all that whole block that they're not friendly to the United States, and they want to be able to get away from U.S. sanctions. So knowing that, this is why they're doing it, and the United States is actually behind, even though the decision has already been made. So during the pilot phase, the nonprofit organizations said it will conduct tests to identify and test specific CBDC use case hypotheses. These results will be used to inform both the public and private sector on how advancing technical solutions can unlock business value in a transformative way. All right. This is important information that most people are going to kind of gloss over, but this word is going to change everybody's life. Next, California set to sign law requiring crypto exchanges and other digital asset firms to get licensed to operate in state. Now, I'm actually surprised about this getting this far. I thought that this was something that was already done years ago. There's already a federal law about it. So I'm curious as to why California is setting up a state license as well. Maybe for their different state taxes, but let's see here. California Governor Gavin Newsom is set to sign a recently passed bill that will require digital asset exchanges and other crypto companies to obtain a license to operate in the state. Um, my question on this: other crypto companies, what does that entail? What do you mean by other crypto companies? Wait, this link doesn't even go to it. Other crypto companies, okay. Why is this pulling up Singapore? What about this one? Matt Damon actually transferred 10.5 million to a woman instead of $100 refund. Crypto firm confronted by Matt Damon. What's the date on that? August 31st. Yeah, yeah, those thing about crypto.com and Coinbase. All right, I'm not covering that right now. And this is Singapore. That means that is okay. Let's keep going. Because what do you define as a crypto company? Any company in crypto that is selling tokens, that is doing anything that you might think is using a security. Does a company have to have the name crypto in it to be considered a crypto company? I understand exchanges, but let's see. The digital financial assets law, dubbed California's BIT license, takes after New York's BIT license regulation, which came into effect in 2015. California's law, if signed by Newsom, a Democrat, will go into effect in January 2025. While the newness of cryptocurrency is part of what makes investing exciting, it also makes it riskier for consumers because cryptocurrency businesses are not adequately regulated and do not have to follow many of the same rules that apply to everyone else. Assemblymember Timothy Grayson from Concord said the bill sponsor said in a prior statement. And this is also why I registered my company in Wyoming, even though I live in California. Among the requirements of the prohibition, which would be phased out in 2028 on California licensed entities dealing with stablecoins. See, this is also why you don't see me rushing to create my own token yet. All right. That will put me in a completely different class. And also, it can put me in liability. And I am not prepared to have any type of liabilities yet. I sell picks and shovels. That's where my focus is. So, among the requirements of the prohibition, which would be phased out in 2028 on California licensed entities dealing with stablecoins, unless that stablecoin is issued by a bank or is licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. This is similar to a proposed and never passed bill in the U.S. Congress that will require stablecoin issuers to have a bank charter. Another clause in the stablecoin section of the bill would require stablecoin users that hold securities as a reserve to have an amount not less than the aggregate amount of all of its outstanding stablecoins issued or sold in the United States. In addition, the bill stipulates that the aggregate market value must be computed using the generally accepted accounting principles of the United States. GAAP, what they call it, is a common set of accounting rules, standards, and procedures issued by the Financial Accounting Standard Board. The Blockchain Association and Industry Trade Group tweeted that the bill would create short sighted and unhelpful restrictions that would impede crypto innovators' ability to operate and push many out of the state, possibly. I don't agree with that 100%. This is the second attempt California has made to create a bit license regime. The first in 2015 failed and was made dormant after opposition from a state senator. Within California's assembly, the bill received 71 yes votes and 0 no votes. 9 members of the assembly abstained from voting. On the Senate floor, the bill received 31 yes votes and 6 no votes, with all 6 no votes coming from Republican senators. Newsom has until September 30th to sign or veto the bill. All right. And then the last one up is popular analyst Jason Pizzino issues crypto market warning for difficult September. So you guys ready for this? We're at the beginning of September. Today is what, September 3rd? So what's going on here? A widely followed crypto trader is expressing bearish sentiment for Bitcoin and the larger digital assets markets in September. Crypto analyst Jason Pizzino tells his YouTube subscribers that traders and investors will have a difficult period in September owing to market indecision. This is also going to impact the Nugent coin price. Whatever the market does, if the market jumps up, Nugent will jump up by default. If the market continues to struggle this month, don't expect to see the price of Nugent skyrocketing while the market is struggling. The only way I can see that happening is if there's a flood of new people or the L Bank community. If they flood in and start, getting word about the Nugent coin and start buying. I got a question because I was not on the update call last night. Um, Friday nights is my day off. I really try not to do nothing. I got my wing stop. We also have my wife like She-Hulk, also Ring of Power. My family time. We watching movies and whatnot. But did he talk about when is the AMA with L Bank happening? Because that was canceled. Did he mention when is the next AMA scheduled with L Bank and the CEO of Nugent, Faisal? Because that right there will bring a lot of exposure from the L Bank community into the new coin on L Bank, which is Nugent. Part of me is thinking they actually don't want that exposure yet. I'll talk more about that on Monday, on why. Again, myself and Mr. Crow was talking about this last night. They kind of want the price low. All right, back to this. September is going to be indecision. These times are some of the most difficult because they can be choppy and churning. Getting faked out ups and downs, thinking that the market is going to take off without you, getting sucked into the FOMO, then dropping out in terms of the FUD. If we can avoid those and understand that there is a very big possibility of that coming up in September, then hopefully that could save us a lot of money and heartache and brain power. According to the analyst, the crypto bear market is not over and there are unlikely to be any explosive gains over the short term. Bear not over yet. So this is the flipping, but there could be some lower prices. I don't see there being any explosive gains, generally speaking. And of course, for Bitcoin, I can't see this thing going up to $40,000 or so. Happy to be wrong, and I will probably take some of the profits. Yeah. Happy to be wrong, and I would probably take some of the profits if it did do that, because I guess it would fade out again. So he's thinking at best, it can go up to 40,000. I can't see things going. Oh, I can't see things going up to 40,000. Having to be wrong, yeah. But yeah, overall, from what I've seen in the past and the data, no explosive gains in September. However, Pizzino says that the worst is over for Bitcoin, as a bull market will return eventually. That is true. Now, this is where it could be debated. There are other gurus out there who think that Bitcoin, go back here, can still fall down to the $15,000 range. He's thinking that, yeah, this might be the bottom right here. Might hit that bottom. I think the worst is potentially over. The bull is obviously coming. Bitcoin is trading at $19,922 at the time of writing. All right, so what you guys do is now you take that information of what we shared this morning, and then you got to look at what is your strategy going to be. I take the information and I make some adjustments. For example, because the worst case scenario, in my opinion, happened for Nugent, I am not selling. Why in the world would I sell for 33 cents? I did not jump on that project to get rich quick. I want to see how this thing can play out. Already, remember my 4 rules. Rule number 2: only use money you can afford to lose. So the money I used in it, the moment I put it in, it's out of my head. It's gone. So any return on that is gravy. And then 3, get a return back as fast as possible. I already made my money back. So everything is profit from that point, no matter the price. Even at 20 cents, that's still profit. So I have no plan on selling anytime soon. I'm just my initial thing was, yeah, if this thing rises up to $1.50, I'm going to sell 3% first day, and then I'll wait maybe a couple of months to sell the other 3%. Things didn't pan out that way, so I'm adjusting my strategy. I'm not going to sell anything right now. I'm going to sit and watch it, see what happens over the next couple of weeks or maybe next couple of months. If I have to, just to make myself feel good, maybe I'll sell 10,000 tokens. 10,000 tokens at 40 cents is 4K. Maybe I'll do that just to make myself feel good. Use that for Christmas, whatever. But the vast majority, I'm not going to touch. But also we see that the crypto markets, not much movement is going to happen as well. So for me, that means this is still buying season. I'm going to continue to just dollar cost average and continue to buy because I have I'm not trying to make money tomorrow. I'm holding for when the the bull market comes around, which it will. It'll happen again. Then I'll start to sell for profits. Now, what is happening tonight? And this is very important. I've never done this before. I've done similar in bits and pieces, but never all in one. I'm going to be doing a special broadcast tonight, and the more that I've been thinking about it and working on this, I'm actually going to do this more than once. I'm going to do it once a month. Roll this out, and let me share screen again, just to show you guys what I'm talking about here. All right, we call it the crypto storm is coming. Are you prepared? Now I got that theme because I love Game of Thrones. Winter is coming, but there is a crypto storm coming. The industry will never be will never be as it is today. We are still in the wild, wild west of the whole crypto movement taking place, where there's gunslingers all over the place, there's robbers all over the place, there's no law enforcement. It's a kind of anarchy. You kind of get away and do whatever you want, no real regulation. That's what we're in right now. And that period of era will come to an end eventually. I'm going to talk tonight about how the possibilities of how because it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when and how. I'm going to talk about some possibilities on how it's going to come so that you can spot those signs and make the necessary adjustments. And then I'm also going to talk about the areas where, in my opinion, I believe most people in crypto are going to lose most, if not all, of their entire crypto portfolio. And that's where they're going to call it the crypto storm. It's like the Great Depression in crypto is going to take place, and people are going to get wiped out. So I'm going to talk about, in my opinion, where and how I see it playing out, so that you know what to look for and what to avoid and how to get prepared. Now, information like this would normally be a conversation between me and private individuals in a fancy hotel room on a Saturday evening, and people pay $5,000 for about 3 hours hanging out with me. That's what these type of talks take place. They don't take place in the public, because when you talk like this in the public, you're just seen as maybe a conspiracy theorist or just some doom and gloom guy. And by no means is this doom and gloom. This is just information and how to handle this information. Like Jim Rohn says, you know, you can't control things that happen to you, but you can control how you respond to them. Our goal is to build a financial wall around our family so high that nothing can penetrate it, that we can navigate, the choppy waters out there, the sharks out there. So it is not a doom and gloom call tonight. It is more, how do I make myself prepared? How do I build a security system around my house? This is why I say education is so important. People are willing, and I just want to use this analogy because, again, when I say that I only would do this talk in like a smoke-filled room with 5 or 10 individuals paying me 5,000 for 3 hours, this is only going to be for our founding members. And to be a founding member, you have had to purchase all of my courses. That doesn't necessarily mean you've had to go through them, but at least have possession of them so that the information that I do share, my courses help you to be prepared. If you don't even have the courses, then you hearing information from me is just you being entertained. I'm talking about the ability to apply this information to protect yourself. You got to know how, and my courses do that. My courses are normally $3,000. Now, let me ask you a question. If you plan on having a 7-figure portfolio, you say, I want to be a crypto millionaire. The key is not in making the money. That's the easy part. The hard part, and I can speak from personal experience, the hard part is keeping it. It's keeping it. So if I told you, if your goals are, I want to be a crypto millionaire, and you spend 3 to 4 years building your crypto portfolio, and then 4 years later, somebody says, I'm going to be giving a course, a private course on how to keep and protect the assets that you've acquired, but the cost is $3,000. How many of you will say, okay, or would you say no? Nah, I don't want to pay for that. Nah, I'm not doing that. You charging me money to learn something? Nah, I think I'm going to stick with my free YouTube and free Google access so I can get that, top flight security Craig and Day alarm system on my 7-figure portfolio. Or would you say, absolutely, I need to have that security system so that you can put Fort Knox on your portfolio? Well, I'm not charging you $3,000. So don't worry about that. I have a special going on right now. It's only $9.97. And I have a payment plan that you can pay it over 2 or 3 months. That's going to be able to give you information so that you can put Fort Knox on your crypto portfolio. So you've got to be a founding member. Now, let me give you the link. If you are not a founding member, do I have that banner scroll here? Back to, yes, I do. Right at the bottom, ilcafounders.com/back to school. ilcafounders.com/back to school. And I stated last week that I was going to be doing this lecture style. I changed my mind because I am going to roll this out once a month just for the founding members, and information may change month to month because the industry is always changing. So I got to make some adjustments when necessary. I'm actually going to be using a PowerPoint PDF file, and you guys will be able to take notes. This will not be it will be recorded for my private use, but it will not be uploaded anywhere. It's not going to be uploaded to YouTube or anything like that. It's not going to be in a Facebook group. The only way you can even see this, if you're a founding member, all founding members have a private invite to a Zoom where we do our call every Tuesday and Thursday nights. So why would I do it once a month? Because like I said, information changes on a month-to-month basis, actually in crypto world day to day. And new information may come up next month that I got to add to it or take away from. So only our founding members will get that privileged information. I invite all of you to be a founding member, especially with the discount, just $9.97, or you can pay over 2 or 3 months. But do you want to have Fort Knox as your security system or top flight security with Craig and Day Day? The answer is yours. If you choose the Google and YouTube way, then you are in that 90 to 95% likelihood that you're going to lose a lot of money in crypto. The only guarantee that I have, in fact, let me put this scrolling at the bottom. The only guarantee I have in crypto is this: most people will lose resources in this industry. You got to live with it. The cost of doing business. Your education will determine your survival. And I'm going to talk about tonight the most dangerous person in crypto. I'm going to talk about the type of person that's going to lose the most money. Is the same type of people that do not believe that they need, that it's the arrogant ones. They think that I don't need crypto education. Well, I think this past week, if you were following what went down with Nugent and the 13,000 members in that Nugent community, I think you can see those people needed crypto education. And I think those in this community could observe, those people are in trouble. Even if the Nugent coin goes to $1.50 or $2, they're gonna lose it eventually because they don't have education in place. If you focus on education first, you greatly increase your chances of having a successful run in the crypto blockchain world. So that's tonight. Facebook user says, will it be recorded? So as a founding member, we can go back to watch it. Okay, well, it will be recorded, but it will not be released. All right? It will be recorded, but it will not be released. What do you mean by that? Well, I said that this is a conversation that I would have with 5 to 10 people in a smoke-filled room in a fancy hotel where those people paid me $3,000 to $5,000 for 3 hours on a Saturday night, not open to the public. That type of meeting is not recorded. You have to be there. You understand what I'm saying? It's that people change their schedule and their day to plan. I need to be in that room. So no, I'm not going to go to the movies that night. It's that type of exclusivity. So you have to think of it that way. When you put value on something, it means more. So it will be recorded for my own private use, and maybe down the road I will release the compilation of the recordings. But no, not right now. No, this is something that I've been talking about now for weeks, and it's up to you to plan if you want to make that happen to be there for it tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Here's the good news, though. I will do it again next month. Or since we're at the beginning, I might... Let me look at this calendar. We've got the next 5-day challenge is Monday, September 26th. Today, and there's 5 Saturdays in this month. Wow, 1, 2, 3, no, 4, because the next Saturday is actually October 1st. So if I'm doing it tonight on the 3rd, 1, 2, that's only 3 weeks away. So I will probably do it again October 1st. Yeah, that's the next time I'm going to do it. So I'm just letting you guys know now, the next time I do it will be October 1st, and it probably will be different than tonight because we might have new information over the next 4 weeks. So September 1st will be the next time. And again, to be a founding member, I've got that special going on through the rest of this month. So you've got 2 chances, September 3rd, October 1st. Do you want Fort Knox or do you want Day Day and Craig security? We attempted to help the Nugent community. We attempted to. And if that Nugent community actually took heed to what we were educating you on, I would say the price of the coin right now would still be above 70 cents because the community would have known what to do. Instead, the community is the reason why they drove the price down. And I even told them that. I said, they said, Brandon, why do you care? Because I said, I'm an asset holder and I want the value of my asset to increase. And an educated community improves the chances of that. That's like home. If you're a homeowner, you know why they have homeowners associations? It forces your neighbors to be held themselves to a certain code of standards so that the value of your home remains high and you don't have one neighbor in the neighborhood doing something crazy out in their yard and whatever else, and then everybody's value goes down. So it's not just looking out for me. I got to make sure I look out for everybody so that we all benefit. But no, people like, oh, Brandon's charging money for crypto education. How dare he? Price of the coin. Yeah, you sit with that now. All right, so that's tonight, everybody. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You got to be a founding member. Let me put that link up here one more time. You still have time to get into this. When you register, you're going to get an email, and the email will give you an invite to a Zoom link for our Tuesday and Thursday night courses. That is the same Zoom link for tonight. In fact, I will send out an email today. I'm going to have my assistant Marnita will send out an email today to all the founding members to invite them tonight with the link, the Zoom link for tonight. It's going to go out to all the founding members. You hear that, Marnita? And I might send a text message to all the VIPs inviting you to be a founding member, or we'll send an email out to them as well, inviting you to be a a founding member so that you get this information tonight. The most harrowing thing to happen is after 2 or 3 years of you doing your thing, you refuse to get educated, you're promoting every other crypto opportunity first, you're ignoring the education side, you think you don't need it, and next thing you know, you lost $200,000. You lost 75,000. You lost $500,000. You lose $10 million. And then you say, oh, I wish I got that education. I was crying about 997. I'd rather lose 997 than lose 10 million. But that's the thing. When you're paying for education, you're not losing it. It is an investment in yourself. It is not another bill. But mindset of people. All right. With that, you guys have a great weekend. I will see you founding members tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, everybody. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.